Given the context of the subsidiary body on scientific, technical and technological advice, SABSTA, the 60th negotiations there in Bonn, peatlands cover about 500 million hectares or 3 to 4% of the land surface of our planet. Yet they store more carbon and more effectively and for longer periods than any other ecosystem on land. In fact, they store 30% of all land-based soil carbon, twice as much as all of the world's forests combined. Intact peatlands also provide essential ecosystem services such as regulating the water cycle, purifying water, supporting a wealth of biodiversity and livelihoods. Hence, scaling up peatland protection and restoring converted or degraded wetlands is imperative to meet the global climate and biodiversity targets. 172 countries, or 88% of all countries in the world, are signatories to our Convention on Wetlands, but many have yet to develop national peatlands policies or plans. Typical challenges include incomplete information on the characters, location, extent, and condition of peatlands, coupled by a lack of awareness, policies, and resources. Additionally, peatlands have too often been seen as exploitable resource without consideration of the full range of implications of this exploitation, for example, in terms of climate impacts, impacts on land and other ecosystem services, and impacts on dependent communities such as indigenous peoples. In this regard, it is critical to develop and maintain data systems on peatland extent to inform policy and planning, and regulations and national wetland inventories prepared by parties to the Convention on Wetlands are a good starting point for such systems. They are also technical and capacity constraints in peatland protection and restoration, which is why our scientific and technical review panel of the Convention on Wetlands has prepared a policy brief on restoring drained peatlands as necessary step to achieve global climate goals. It has also produced a briefing note on the practical methods for peatland rewetting and restoration and a detailed technical guide. In conclusion, it is imperative that 88% of the world's peatlands that have not been drained and have not been heavily degraded be urgently protected to prevent their immense carbon stocks from being mobilized and released. And it is also critical that climate actions such as afforestation and reforestation are not carried out on peatland ecosystems, which may lead to increased rather than decreased emissions. I'm sorry to miss this Global Landscapes Forum, the session focused on peatlands, but wishing you all the very best. And we ought to remember that peatlands are the climate solution that we forgot.